All right, it looks like we are live. Let me just check real quick. There we go. We are indeed live. Welcome in, everybody. We are an exciting 45 countries deep at the moment. We've had a rough couple of weeks with a couple stumbles, a couple brief stumbles, but I have high-ish hopes at the moment. We're maybe 2 more weeks away from triple digits again, which would be exciting. So, with that, let's dive on in. So, immediately feeling a kind of Central Eastern European vibe. Co-op right here. I'm kind of feeling Slovenia just straight off the bat, but that's a vibe guess at this point. That's nothing too well informed. Yeah, nothing. Is there anything there that I'm maybe missing? I'm really talented at looking at signs and missing the one crucial piece of information. So let's keep moving. What are we seeing here? This kind of... Yeah, I don't know. Ill-Tired saying, just getting through TSA for my connecting flight from London to Syracuse, so won't be paying very close attention, but hi. Well, good to see you, at least in the chat, Ill-Tired. Love you making the effort to join in. I'm assuming, yep, there we go. Check. So not Slovenia like I thought, but still sort of central/eastern Europe. So if we have no objections, we'll go for Czechia. But I imagine that's what, New York then, Ill-Tired? Or have they sent you somewhere really awesome and inconvenient like Dallas or Chicago? Though I can't imagine there's a Dallas-Syracuse flight. Yeah. Alright, let's do it. Gotcha, yep, JFK. That makes sense. It's weird to think. It makes obvious sense, but it's kind of funny to think about how, one of the world's largest airports, an airport like Nigerian flag, an airport like JFK still has flights to somewhere like Syracuse. Nothing against Syracuse, but small market. It's regardless. The Nigerian flag's kind of solid evidence here. Follow car. Let's come back out onto the main road again. Yep, right-hand drive, despite there being English. Yep, in Africa. So that alone narrows it down to Nigeria and Ghana, and, well, we've seen a Nigerian flag. So, that's, my brain was elsewhere. Let's do it. Awesome. Yep, Legos. Ill-Tired saying, yes, I've taken the Dallas-Syracuse flight before. I can't pick up sarcasm when it's in the chat. Are you being for real? Is that something that exists? Also, New Zealand, right? Just very clearly New Zealand. Are we going to see? Yep, my favorite bin. Auckland Council bin. Fantastic. Okay, yes, they really do have them. I was joking. That's crazy. All right. Well, New Zealand, 48, we love it. We got Switzerland here, obviously. Bern, Freiburg. Where's Friesite? Our Swiss representative isn't here for our Swiss round. But let's go ahead and do Switzerland. Fantastic. Just flying through. Oh boy, okay. This is not Sri Lanka. Just judging off the script, it would either be India or Bangladesh, and it's 90% likely India. The coverage is just not good here. Yeah. Hidden right here. I'm pretty sure we're good here. Let's can hardly go anywhere. Let's roll with it. Fantastic. Oh, Freezite saying I'm here. Hi. Welcome in, Freezite. Glad you were here for the Swiss round. We need you here for that. You have like mandatory attendance for Uruguay and Switzerland. Also, Tunisia. Any objections to Tunisia? We're flying through right at the beginning here. Let's see if we can literally see a sign that says Tunis. Oop, 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 oop. Airport, Ariana. Bizerte. I shouldn't try to pronounce these. It's just going to end poorly. I think we're good with Tunisia here. Fantastic. 51. Going crazy. Is that... Okay, left-hand drive isn't what I was expecting from this scenery. Ah. This is an alphabet that I cannot read. We love when that happens. Okay. So. Here's where we try to figure out which alphabet it is. I actually think that's Thai. That's almost definitely Thai. I don't know what anybody else thinks, but I'm pretty certain in that. Let's see what else we can find. It usually takes like 30 seconds of looking around and you'll stumble upon a picture of the Thai king, and that's kind of all it really ever takes. Let's look. Oh. Waterfall, campground, MENA NP headquarters. Got some dogs. Is this going to be our sign with the Thai king on it? Okay. I think the sign disappeared. Where might we be? Where did... That sign was going to be really helpful. I'm confident enough in this being Thailand. Is anyone... Here we go. Yep. Got it. Thai flag. Let's do it. Amazing. 52. Awesome. Love these ones. Middle of nowhere Europe. It's feeling alpine. Austria? Question mark. Let's go check out these people. That's crazy. Imagine looking out your window and seeing the Google card coming this far up your driveway. This feels like an invasion of privacy. Freezite saying Swiss again. You are correct. Look at that. Swiss flag right there. I'm down for Switzerland. As I said, Alpine. Let's do it. Fantastic. 53. And now feels German. Or I feel like this is Germany or France, and I can't. It's entirely vibes. I could not give you a proper reason as to what I'm feeling, but I know what I'm feeling. And I think... Nope. It says veg or vec. Vec or veg. So, with that information, this is Norway or Sweden. Christopher Like is joining in the chat. Welcome in, Christopher Like. Freezite saying Denmark, question mark. See, off the language, I would go Denmark. I thought this was a fire. Off the language, I would go Denmark, but off the landscape, like, this doesn't feel Danish at all. In my head, when I see a Danish-looking language, it's always, okay, are there hills? If there's hills, it's Norway. If it's flat, it's Denmark. That's kind of how I approach that. Huh. Yeah, Freezite saying Denmark is super flat. I don't know. It doesn't feel Norwegian, though. Norway and Sweden are the only other places I feel like it'd be based on the language we saw, and I would heavily lean toward Norway if this. Obviously, if it looked more Norwegian, I would lean more toward Norway. But if you just gave me that language alone, I would say that looks more Norwegian. I don't think I'd even consider Sweden if the landscape just didn't feel Norwegian. But I don't know. Freezite saying them hills are full of gnomes. Have you seen that one thing it's the meme about European cryptids versus North American cryptids, and it's like European cryptids are like cute gnomes, and then North American cryptids are Wendigos and such. I know we were talking about cryptids in here the other week too, but I was thinking about that I don't remember how that came up last night, but I was thinking about it. Something about Wendigos. Oh, it was something about like French trappers, pre French and Indian War. They were talking about this illness that their people were coming down with, and they described it as like it's not madness or anything like that. It's worse, and the locals here have seen it before. It's Wendigo fever. I don't know. It was a really weird thing to read. A little bridge. Yeah, Freezite saying we're happier folk, I guess. I guess so. Yeah. I guess North American myths come from... I mean, it probably wasn't super easy as North America kind of got its footing in the world. Definitely wasn't simple, so maybe that's where that kind of comes from. I don't know. It's all just theories. W Dig saying, "Hey, we're back. Welcome in, W Dig." That would have been a really cool sign to get to read. Oh, wait. We can get kind of close to these. They're not super helpful. Coranda. Did that say Sisk Republiki? Yeah, W Dig saying Czechia. I mean, that's not where I thought we were, but I mean, if it literally says Czech Republic right here, kind of got to go with it. Freezite saying the tribes were here long enough to develop a full mythos of all sorts of supernatural elements. Too bad most of it's now lost. Yeah. It is all super interesting. And yeah, W Dig saying I feel like that's solid. I will agree with you. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Freezite, North American. Whereas in Europe, a lot of the kind of pagan religions were taken out by Christianity, and now we don't really know those ones anymore. Granted, a lot of Native American ones we don't know anymore either, but at least those are somewhat better cataloged. So Spanish, it's feeling Mexico. Yeah, Freezite said Mexico. Freezite said South America as well, for that matter. There's a lot you can find on kind of Incan. Okay, this is in Mexican colors. I can't quite read that, but Taqueria Siberia. Or Siberia. I'm not going to spend time looking at that. Yeah, exactly, Freezite. They're selling tacos all over the place. This is feeling so incredibly Mexican. It's like... I'm trying to think of any way to prove the Mexico claim other than it looks Mexican. And look at this. It's Ali Scott. This is Mexico. Yeah. Freezite saying send. Another place where, Matamoros, okay. I remember one time a few years ago, my friend and I were thinking, how hard would it be in a weekend, like without telling our parents, to drive from Tampa to Mexico, and solely for the joke of like we went to Mexico without our parents noticing, and I googled Matamoros because that was the obvious, that's the closest part that you can get to via car. So Google it, and it's like travel to Matamoros is not recommended due to the normal stuff that you see like pretty much anytime you want to go anywhere, and then it goes grenade attacks, and we were like, maybe let's not go to Matamoros. So we did not go to Matamoros. But also on the topic of I can't quite make that. Yeah, I can't figure out what language that is. Europe. But on the topic of indigenous kind of mythology, Aztec, very interesting. And there's sort of one thing I've always found interesting with theirs were it was the 8 omens of the end of the world before the Spanish arrived. It was like things were, what were there? It was like the sky was bleeding. It was only years leading up to the Spanish arrivals. Like the sky was bleeding. The lake that Tenochtitlan, you know the city I'm talking about. What's now Mexico City. The lake sort of boiled over and knocked out a bunch of houses. There were people with 2 heads running through the streets, and they were kind of like, what's going on? And they were like, supposedly those were all the events that led up to the end of the world, and then the Spanish showed up, and, well, we all know what happens next. Yeah, Freezite Sing cartel wars are bad, okay? Yeah, Matamoros is not a good place. There are so many safe parts of Mexico. Matamoros is not one of them. W. Diggs saying, did you get snow this week? My friend at FSU went sledding for the first time. No, we didn't get snow down here. Slavonska. Plzeňsko, Slavonska. So, Slovakia? Oh, Freezite saying Poland. That doesn't look Polish. Sorry, WD, I didn't answer your question. No, we didn't really get it down here. It was cold, though, down here. It was unusually cold and grim. It felt like being up north. It was just cloudy and gross and cold and wet. Really weird. It was genuinely really weird. But no, we didn't get it. But I did see some of the videos from up in the Panhandle the other day, and that just looked crazy. Ooh, Fruzite saying the yellow sign points to Croatia as well. That's a good point. I forgot about that. The Croatian yellow sign. So let's read this word a bit more closely. Dragovic, which sounds very Croatian too. That's okay. We have some digging to do. But no, I saw the videos of the kids building like igloos. It's like, wow, that's wild. It's funny because it doesn't happen on northern campuses when it snows, because everyone's just like, this is normal. And then you get a bunch of Floridian kids who don't own winter coats or anything, and they're just like, I'm going to build an igloo. It's very Florida brained, I feel. And apparently they turned off the fountain that they throw people into when they turn 21 because the fountain was freezing over, which, again, normal thing elsewhere. Really weird here. What kind of, yeah. Yeah. That's not an Orthodox cross, I don't think. Yeah, not an Orthodox cross. Not that we're that far east. I don't know. I feel like it's Croatia simply by the level of confusion that I'm at right now. I feel like Croatia always stumps me. And I'm like, maybe this is Croatia. I spend 15 minutes going, maybe this is Croatia, and then it is Croatia. Freezite saying, so I'm going to be in Saudi Arabia this week for the third time for work. Dude, that is an audacious message to be sending in the chat right now. Also, this is in Croatian. If I don't come back, it's because I insulted MBS for being a murderer. I can't stand that place. I mean, props to you for standing on what you believe. But, like, good luck. Riyadh's kind of the only real business center in Saudi, right? I was gonna ask where in Saudi you're going, but I feel like that's kind of the only answer. Christopher likes saying Croatia send. You know what? If someone else says it too, I won't even take evidence. I'll just do it just for the sake of, yeah, probably. Because it's, you know, this is probably Croatia. The names line up, and I'm confused, which I normally am in Croatia rounds. So, logic would say it's Croatia. Freezite saying it's okay. I have Muslim friends, so I can say these things. Peace be upon. Okay, Jeddah, then Riyadh. Gotcha. And then, yeah, so you're saying to be done with dealing with them. So, I forget when you said you're going back to the States. Was it March, you said? Spomen, this is Croatia. Someone else say Croatia send so we can send. Okay, yeah, March. Remember saying you were going back to California. You gonna have to find a new job, or are you gonna same job but stateside? Okay, cool. We have another Croatia send. Thank you. Let's get out of here. Yeah. All right, moving on. Peru. Okay, awesome. Already have a better job lined up. Love when that works out. Wait, did that say speed limit? No, it didn't. Kimis. Interesting. We have a bike lane. Manabi. Ooh. It's feeling Indian. It's very Indian-esque. Freezite's saying it's a cultural thing. They don't go anywhere unless they send you with a helper. So, wait, are you not allowed to roam around on your own when you're there? I was just looking at the words you were saying as, like, the camera's there. Freezite saying Bolivia. I could get behind Bolivia, too. Nope, that's crazy. I didn't realize that's... Whoa. What about people who go there for the pilgrimage to Mecca? Like I'm assuming you're not Muslim because you said you have Muslim friends. Are Muslims allowed to roam freely around? Because they have to make the privilege. Just more Spanish. Here we go. Hold on. Is this a traffic stop or is it just people hanging out? Okay, this says Ecuador on it. I could see this kind of being Ecuador. There was one previously, because Ecuador does have some because Quimis, which I'm definitely saying wrong, sounds Incan. The Incan Empire did expand into Ecuador, it just wasn't, the massive. That wasn't the kind of heart of it. It makes sense, and I've seen the bike lanes, fairly decent bike lanes on roads in Ecuador before, where you really wouldn't expect them to be. So I could definitely see Ecuador here. And okay, yeah. Yeah, you're not Muslim, but okay, Muslims can walk around and don't need the helper. That's wild. So you're essentially on house arrest? Huh. And this should be... No, nothing helpful here, actually, unless I'm totally missing something. Not really. I'm happy to go with Ecuador after seeing that bus. So let's do it. Awesome. Carla. That looks Swedish. Or no, not even, that's Baltic. It's Estonian. It's the Estonian O. It's the O with the Enye squiggle. I know people have said what it's called 1,000 times, but I can't remember the name. Yeah, Freezite saying it's a weird setup. It sounds it. W Dig saying yes, Estonia. Love it. Oh, we're on the what is it called? Sarema. Definitely something I need to learn how to pronounce correctly. Is this Argentina? Oh, every part of me wants to just click Argentina and see if I'm that big brain, but I know I shouldn't. Sun to the north. This is totally Argentina. But I need to prove it. We can't just YOLO it. WTX saying Baltics rise up. Freezite saying big ups Baltics. How are the Baltics in Eurovision? Are they usually any good? Like, who are the... I'm going to make a mental note to pay attention to it this May. Who are the heavy hitters usually? Or is it totally just kind of random each year? Freezite saying last time I met and made friends with a Korean Google engineer and they let us out only because she had a temp residency thing. 1 star, wouldn't recommend. That is wild. Who's they? So did they have to... Would you get stopped in the streets and they'd be like, let me see your temporary residence thing every so often? Man. Yeah, Freezite saying no clue about the Eurovision. I'm feeling Argentina so much here. Like, I know it. I know it deep down. I am correct. Okay, W Dig's saying Estonia won in 2001, Latvia won in 2002, but they were super random. They're usually hit or miss, but nothing else top 5. Okay. Okay. I need to check out who qualified. I want to pay attention to this year. So I got to check out who all the when are all the participants known? Like who's doing which country? Ah, Christopher Lake, nail on the head. This is Mars with a blue sky. Perfect. It's I please show Spanish. So Spanish is a 100% given at this point. These are the Andes Mountains. The sun's to the north. Like, this is, we're here. We're here. I know it's Argentina. I just have to prove it. I'm gonna do Zoom. Okay, WD. Okay, there's YouTube channels that have country recaps. Those are cool to check out as an intro. I'll absolutely do that. That's saying you mean Elon didn't lie? Wait. I'm not picking up what the reference is there. W. Dixon, we should know all the songs for the year by mid-March. Okay, cool. I almost watched the Eurovision movie the other week when I was sick. Because I was just in bed watching movies, and I saw it on the list, and I was like, I will get to that. And then I did not get to it. I was feeling better before I got to it. W. Dig saying OMG, yes, shout out Will Ferrell. He's Finnish in that, or Swedish, Northern European. That's the guess I'm locking in. Freezite asking where's Cats, and yeah, W. Dig's right. Cats is traveling. I couldn't remember where it was. I don't remember if Cats had mentioned where they were going or not, but I saw the picture in the Discord, and genuinely out of habit, I was like, so I saw it and I was like, that's the Gulf of Mexico. Let's move, like, what direction are we facing right now? And I realized I was looking for this. I was looking for the compass to be like, where's the sun? What direction are we facing? Well, maybe not the sun in the Gulf of Mexico. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to figure out what direction we're facing. But I was like, wow, that's like GeoGuessr brain rot. I'm looking at a picture and like, and wondering where the compass is so I can figure out where it is. Gotcha, okay. Iceland, close enough. Whoops. Northern Europe, that was the guess I locked in. Yeah, Freezite. The Gulf of America. That's just so... I'm not gonna comment. It's just so dumb. Yeah, flying over the Gulf of America. Yeah, Freezite saying so stupid. Yeah, WD. That's, yeah. Anyway, anything else? I can't even think about anything else. I'm still laughing about that. Yeah, there we go. W. Dig, shout out the Eagles. Seamless transition. Yeah, shout out the Eagles. I was disappointed as a Commanders are my second team. Disappointed there, but Eagles was the highest score ever in an NFC Championship game, so you can't really. It's not like it was close. Yeah, Freezite saying big ups Bills. Big ups Bills. That is the big one this weekend. I said it last week. We were spoiled with two amazing conference championship matchups. Does anyone know the score of the Bills-Chiefs game? I think everybody outside of Kansas City. What was that graphic that went around this week? It was like who the country's rooting for. And it was like all blue for Bills except for like a red circle in Kansas City and a red circle in Baltimore. Yeah, Christopher likes saying I will never call it the Gulf of America. Such idiocy. That's the thing. Like, it's been, even if it doesn't get officially changed, it's been spoken into existence, which is so annoying because people are actually going to be stupid enough to just start saying it and just kind of make it a thing. It's just like, and with the proximity here, it's gonna be an annoying thing here. Okay, 16-21 Chiefs up. That's disappointing. Last I was watching was around 6:40, right when the Bills scored a touchdown to go in the lead. Yeah, let's zoom. Freezite saying, how about them English Premier games? I've not been paying attention. I got the absolute drippiest Chelsea jacket for Christmas. Just so fantastic. I don't wear it on stream because it's not cold in here, but if I ever wear it in a video, you're going to see it and you'll be like, wow, that is a drippy Chelsea jacket. It's pretty crazy. Freezite saying the funny thing is the people who map things get to name them. Yeah. Yep. Spanish mapped it first. They named it. Surprised it survived as the Gulf of Mexico as long as it did. Honestly. Yeah, need to meditate or something. Big ups drippy jacket. Big ups the drippy jacket. Wore it out the other day and I was like, whoa. This jacket is wild. It's like hype beast. It's awesome. Richard's Vinyl Tap House. I'm digging the name change, Richard. Hi all, why do these mapping trucks map these janky roads in the middle of nowhere? Good question, but I will actually counter the question with one thing I appreciate about them doing this is there was a couple years ago, one thing I wanted to do was cycle from Buenos Aires to Viña del Mar. And I wanted to see what the roads would be like, you know, doing it. Because I mean, it would be paved, but it's just these middle of nowhere roads, these back roads through the middle of, you know, the Pampas. It's just nothing. There's nothing around for miles and miles, or if you're outside the U.S., kilometers upon kilometers. And it's helpful to, you know, pop in and be like, okay, well, if I want to ride my bike here, this is what it looks like. There's a bunch of rocks. There's some mountains over here, some mountains over here. These are kind of some hills. You know? It's... What if you all trusted me to do Argentina with this? So I feel like this is Argentina. Could it not be? Yes. It could not be. But I think it is. W. Dig saying trust. W. Dig saying I trust. That's... I appreciate the trust. Anyone else? Okay, Freezite thinks it's Chile. So, alright, we gotta keep going then. Play on playa. No, it's... We can... I lack the words. Freezite said B thinks Ewan has a hidden desire to get kidnapped in the Patagonia. I feel like I wouldn't get kidnapped in the Patagonia. I think I'm a fairly hard person to kidnap. I'm stopping the scrolling to knock on wood. And that also got Teddy's attention because it sounds like somebody knocking on the door. Hi. I feel like it's fairly hard to kidnap me. Because it's like, I don't know. I'm not, like, I'm not small. I'm taller than a lot of people. You know, I'm 6 foot minus like a half inch. It's hard to kidnap someone who's 6 foot minus a half inch. Freezite saying, I know you think the kidnappers would be hot Argentinian brunettes, but are they? What? What are you talking about? Christopher likes saying going east with mountains in the west. No way, it's Chile. Very good point. Very, very, very good point. Yes, our mountains are in the west. W. Dick saying we love our short kings. 6 foot minus a half inch is not a short king. I am an on the tall side king. I'm standing my ground firm on that. All right, let's start doing the zoom again. Freezite saying more like Le Petit Prince. That's worse. That's so much worse. That's like demeaning. His short king is at least like, oh, I'm gonna hype you up. Short is it like Freezite saying I'm gonna get banned, aren't I? You run a line sometimes. It's just empty. It's just we're going east and there are no mountains. I think we Argentina this. I'm gonna start a poll. It's gonna have keep going. See, I agree with Richard's. I'm just going with Richard at this point. With Richard, he's saying I just want to take a dirt bike and go full speed down this road. I completely agree. This would be awesome to cycle on. That's why I like. Here, wait, Argentina. That's why I like having the rural coverage, because you can find places like this. I did actually see something really cool this week. A friend of mine, Freezite saying to send Argentina. A friend of mine went cross country skiing in New Hampshire last weekend, and he called me. He was telling me about it, and he's like, "Yeah, we were going up the mountain, and these people came down on BMX bikes, like just barreling down the trail on BMX bikes." And I thought, that's got to be the most fun experience ever. And it would be amazing to try out if you were doing it on a trail that people weren't trying to walk up. If you weren't the person who's barreling down a trail on a bike heading toward people. So I looked it up, and it was like, there's this 2-day mountain bike descent in Nepal that looked amazing. I 100% bucket list now. That is after the, are we really, hold on. We're at 50% keep going, 50% Argentina. Disappointing. Do I get a vote? I know I know what I'm voting for. But anyway, I think downhill, not even downhill, down mountain BMXing in Nepal is just absolutely. There's my. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Freeze. I do that bike ride on the super dangerous road in Bolivia too. Isn't it called like the Road of Death or something? Something that I shouldn't ride a bike on? Might have to pass on that one. But I think that'd be a really cool video in Nepal. That'll come after the... Yeah, exactly, W-Dig. There are 0 settlements in sight. It's... There's not going to be any either. Please let me do Argentina. Trust me, it's Argentina. Yeah, I'd say Nepal would be cool. I think there's a time frame when you can bike down on it. Yeah, I'd imagine it does. It wouldn't be for a while anyway, because I have my main larger goal right now is 7 continents by 27. How old am I right now? Got a year and a half. Yes. Year and a half and 3 to go. So that's my big thing. And I have the Asia one plotted out already. So it won't be that one. It'll be after or maybe, who knows? Who knows what the future holds? I could win the lottery next week and make $1 bajillion and just spend the next 10 years making videos around the world. What is this up here? This has been interesting to me. I can't tell what it is. Is it just this small mountain? There haven't even been words. I know that when we see the words, they will be in Spanish, but we haven't seen words. Who comes out here? Oh, I thought this would be people. That's a cattle grade. So, does that mean we're near a farm? Freeside saying maybe Ewan will fall in love with this Argentinian brunette and they will travel in a van vlogging all the time. I thought I was getting kidnapped by an Argentinian brunette. Why am I now a van vlogger? we've kind of 360'd that. And oh yep, very good point, Freeside. Cattle, Argentina. And whoa, Spanish, who saw that coming? Please have no. These Argentinian cities on them. I can't read them. 15 kilometers from the nearest town. It's Argentina. There's a cattle grade. It's the mountains are there. No, someone else voted for keep going. It's Argentina. I know it's Argentina. Let me do it. Freesite saying then send it. I can't democracy. I want to do it so bad, but on the off chance it's wrong, then I've completely undermined the people's voice of the poll. If people want to change their votes, all we need is one person to change their vote from keep going to Argentina. Freesite saying let's practice Chinese democracy. No, we practice real democracy here. Yeah, no. I was going to make comments I shouldn't make. Freesite saying even I voted Argentina. I want to harass the voters into changing their votes, but I realize that goes against the principles of democracy as well. So we do have to sit here, just watch the landscape pass us by. Christopher, say you mean Russian democracy. W Dig saying I don't even think we can change. Okay, well, end poll. We're doing a new poll. I'm calling for another election. It's literally I'm. Argentina. Start poll. It's just Argentina, yes or no. No is ambiguous. Does no mean I click Chile? Does no mean we drive forever? I don't know. Looks like you'll have to vote yes. And this is Western governments do this one, so this is fair. Richard saying I voted Argentina. Send. Yep, I'm seeing 100% on yes for Argentina. I have harassed the voters into submission, and I'm correct. Love it. All right. 59. I'll end that poll. There we go. Frieza saying, ooh. Bills 22, Chiefs 21. How much time's left? W Dig saying, oop. That was a big brain round. Christopher likes it. Yep, like I said, no way it's Chile. Big brain. That was big with the mountains. That was very reassuring to hear. 'Cause I did not put that together that we were going away from the mountains. Okay, almost end of the third quarter. Gosh, remember that Bills Chiefs divisional round game a couple years ago that was just unbelievable? That was without a doubt one of the most amazing game of sports I've ever seen. Estonian O's right here. Estonian O's. Yeah, exactly, Richard. There's absolutely nothing in that part of Argentina. That's why I recognized it from the bus across Argentina video. That was what things looked like right here. Granted, in that round, we were down here, but still jogged the memory. Anyway, how do we feel about Estonia? Wow, I did not expect that. Civilization out of nowhere. We saw the Estonian O's. Anyone object to Estonia? What's this over here? Yeah, Estonian flag here. I think we're good. Oop, that is not Estonia. W Dig saying Estonia send. Fantastic. 60. We're watching you. Very interesting. Zona Antifa. Well, this is Italy or Spain. Or Portugal? That's a trick. Slovenian flag is a trick. Let's get out of the whatever this is. Is this Venice? No. Wait. Hold on. Okay, I'm glad there's confusion in the chat too, because I kind of feel like an idiot right now. Yeah, Frieza saying Valparaiso. That's not a bad one, actually, but I don't think so. It wouldn't, yeah, now that we've seen more, it's not Valparaiso. What? That's a couple different... What? W Dig saying not Slovenia, question mark. Okay, that flag's odd. Is this... I guess this is Slovenia. That's... No, I'm not crazy, right? This one's weird, right? This is weird. Los Amigos. Sobota. I would assume that is maybe Italian for sabato. Okay, so Freezite saying this is Slovenia. Wait, the courtyards look like Valparaiso. Freezite saying Trieste. I could see Trieste. Yeah. WDig saying it's Slovenian. Italian has to be. Okay, Italian is Sabato, not Sobota. What's Sobota? WDig saying it has to be Slovenia. I mean, this is the. I mean, there were different. There are different Italian dialects. There's, I mean, well, Italy didn't exist as a political entity until 1879, I think. It's got to be Slovenia. I think you're right, WTAG. Christopher likes saying Disney lettering. Nice touch. Oh, here we go. We're getting high up. This looks like the Venetian Tower, though, right? Like, I'm not insane for that one. Yeah. Freezite saying it has to be Slovenia. Yep, we're looking west, which would make sense. I guess. Yeah, I guess we're in Trieste. So where's that plaza that we were just in? Doesn't matter. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Yeah. Yeah. That was. I don't have words. So dumb. That was so dumb. Menuet's joined in. Hi, Menuet. That was so stupid. The amazing thing is it is not the first time we have figured out which country it is, and I've clicked on the wrong one. That was so bad. Oh. That was. I can't. Is this Kazakhstan? Freezite saying Russia. Yeah, yeah, exactly. At least it was only 60 and not 600. That's not a Russian plate. I think this is Kazakhstan. Y'all, that was. Because wasn't. My. Moika. Q. I think I know this word. I don't think it counts if I just say I know this word and I can't actually tell you what it means. but I think I know this word. Been going crazy on the Duolingo. Got like 2,700 XP this week. A couple hours away from winning the Obsidian League. So, look out if any of you are in Diamond. I'm pulling up next week. It's yeah, I'm 100% on that. I'm Korean. That was so stupid. It's not as bad, or is it as bad as the LILT one? That one was infinitely funnier. Yeah, Freezite saying Korea. I just, uh, so let's see, is this Kazakhstan or Russia? These are Russian plates. Menuet's or wait a minute, where's a yeah, can you use your comfort chicken? Menuet's saying she's looking at me and saying nope, I don't have emotion to support that one. Fair enough. Richard saying I've been in Obsidian League for months now, Spanish. Why aren't you getting promoted? You gotta get promoted, Richard. I've been working on my Russian. This says Daido or Daida. The O sound has kind of been messing with me because sometimes the O makes an A sound and it's kind of confusing. But like this is PS. Okay, yeah, you know what? Let's give it a couple months before I start doing that. Come on. Is that? I thought this was maybe a Russian flag, but I mean, we're in Russia. Does Russia have English stop signs? No way, right? No way does Putin's Russia have English stop signs. That's just, why are we going this way? They do? Why? Look, if I am an autocrat and there's this country that I absolutely hate, the absolute last thing I'm doing, even if Europe is doing it, and if I'm Putin, I also don't like Europe. The last thing I'm doing is making my stop signs in their language, which is in a different script than like people can't read that. Can you imagine if our stop signs in the States were in Cyrillic and Russian? It feels weird. Okay, in areas where international staff is found, they've installed it. Okay. Interesting. Isn't 7 the Russian number in the Russian dialing code? Huh. Yeah, Christopher likes saying stop in Russia is kton. Kton. And yeah, free sites, and there must be international trade there. See the factories nearby. Gotcha. Interesting. Oh, look, a pirate ship. That's cool. And okay, 22-21 bills starting 4th. I might need, if this gets down to the wire, I might need someone to like. So someone's gonna need to speech to text the commentary into the chat. Christopher like asking, is this Ukraine? You know what? That is something I did not consider. I looked at the plates initially and that's no, that's not Catan. Because that symbol makes an L sound. That's... I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not doing awesome at my Russian. None of these seem like they're Ukrainian plates. I don't see the little flag. But I only ever practice right before I go to bed. Like, it's the last thing I do before I go to sleep. And so there's some significance with the white here on the trees. Okay, +8 is Russia. Anyone object to Russia then? I think we have enough evidence here. But it's the last thing I do before I go to sleep. And once I start getting too tired, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, what? It's like I get worse. There's +7. Wait, so... You know what? We're doing it. Cool. Cool. You know what? Pass. If we're just passing on that one. it's too hard. Too in the middle of nowhere. Not doing that one. I'm starting to dislike Kazakhstan. W Dig saying Thai, send. Let's do it. Nice. Good one, W Dig. Yeah. Christopher likes saying that's that. Yeah, it must be bedtime. No, it wasn't like... It's bedtime when the stuff that Duolingo has actually taught me and that I, in a normal state, can make sentences with. It's when that makes no sense. That's when it's bedtime. Yeah, I would agree, Freezite. Canadian, Brazilian hills. Nice. 2. Ooh. Is that... This is Denmark. Watch this. Haha. Should start clicking on Greenland for those ones while we can. It's bigger surface area and that feature will go away soon. Yeah, Christopher Like is joining the anti-Kazakhstan club. Left-hand drive. BM. No one say it. Let me figure it out. BM. Are we... Okay, yeah. Bermuda. Freezite said. That's where I was thinking of. I couldn't remember the name. I could not remember the name. FedEx. I was literally thinking island right here. What is it called? Yeah. Yeah, multiple people are saying Bermuda, so let's do it. Nice. This is the US or Canada. But which one? Let's... I mean, these are usually very... There we go. British spell... you know what? There are places in the States that use the British spelling. Despite... Well, being the US. The 2 British spellings of center? Mortgage center? Okay, 3. There's 3 spellings of center in the British way. That's... Yeah. Because there's... The one that stands out to me and that makes me so mad is this Harbor Island, and it's just so unnecessary. It's just pretentious for the sake of it. Cool island if you ever visit Tampa. Name annoying. Okay. This is also no, I'm actually not going to say anything. Freezite saying I do that sometimes with color and similar stuff. The thing is, it's making the mistake when you're writing. I feel like that's one thing, but Spanish. But it just kind of irks me when places in the States use the other spelling just for the sake of like, ooh, I don't know. It's not an important thing to get hung up on. Oh, wait, this is Argentina. We're at 5. Watch this. Okay. Whoops. But that actually, I have a thought. I think a fun exercise. No move. Do we want to keep pan and zoom? I don't know. Because I think I like when sometimes we have, when we get stuff wrong and we do something else. Yeah, pan zoom. Okay. Yeah. WD's saying I like it. I like when we experiment a little. Argentina and Uruguay have very similar street signs. So, looking around, we have these buildings here. I kind of feel Singapore. What are others thinking? Don't know how to really justify it other than vibe. Freezite saying Sydney-ish. Okay, I like that. The architecture over here, though, doesn't feel Australian. Yeah, Freezite saying Sydney would have taller buildings. And they'd be more clumped together rather than this. I'm really feeling Singapore, but I can be convinced otherwise. Maybe, I don't know. I'm 100% on Asia. I don't know. Anyone else have any thoughts? Yeah, Christopher likes saying Singapore, Malaysia. I was thinking Malaysia, but this doesn't feel like Kuala Lumpur. Or, well, I guess it doesn't have to be Kuala Lumpur. Freezite saying those towers look like those in Macau. Singapore makes sense given the Chinese heritage. All right, it's the first round. Unless, I mean, could it be... Macau doesn't have coverage, does it? I guess, could it be... first round. There we go. Okay. Cool. So... Peru? I feel like I don't. Okay, that's that. So that was my hesitation Freeside saying, wait, we've had this before and it was Kyrgyzstan by the lake, but could be wrong. That was my hesitation here, but this isn't a Kyrg plate. Can't tell from that one. But the architecture doesn't look Peruvian. The architecture would convince me more of Kyrgyzstan. So we seem to be split. Christopher likes saying Kyrgyzstan. Richard saying pack bust in the middle of nowhere, fun. Yeah. Hopefully they enjoyed their day out hiking or whatever they did. So I think it's poll time. I never spelled Kyrgyzstan correctly. I'm basically copying what Christopher Like wrote. I'm hoping that you spelled that correctly, Christopher Like, because that's where I'm getting my spelling of it from. All right. We got Kyrgyzstan, Peru. I should have written other as well, but oh well. We've got one vote for Kyrgyzstan. Just trying to see if there's anything identifiable on this van. It's just Toyota, mountains. I don't know. Yeah, Freesites in the guy's face looks Indian. I would agree with that. Oh, okay, the votes are jumping all over the place. Okay, we're now 67% in favor of Peru. WDig, firmly Kyrg. Well, I don't know. Christopher Like and WDig are both saying Kyrg, but there's only one vote for Kyrg on the poll, 2 votes for Peru, so that's kind of even. So maybe we balance it out and go with Mali. Hedge our bets. Christopher Like saying could be Chile or Bolivia. Yeah. Freesites in the grass though, leaning Peru. Oh, for some reason the poll vanished for you. That's weird. Huh. Okay. I don't know what we do here. I want to flip a coin, but I don't have a coin. Maybe there's a feature on here for flip coin. Nope. Nope, there isn't. Okay. Trying to think, how do I... Here we go, I have an SD card. If it's the side with nothing on it, then it's Peru. Side with stuff on it, it's Kyrgyzstan. It's the side with nothing on it. So we're going with Peru. There we go. Decided with the coin toss. There we go, we got it. Amazing. All right. This is not as easy as I thought it would be. Also, am I frozen? Because it's looking when I clicked onto the kind of make the poll area, it looked like the footage was frozen. Okay. No, it appears to be fine. Okay, mini heart attack. Richard saying woo. See, look at that. We're big brain here. I don't know what to do with this one though. Crowit. This could be so many places. This is Mediterranean though, right? So here we go. Again, poll. Balkan other Mediterranean. Mediterranean. Start poll. Freeze out saying there's a box by the gate. Yep, this box here. The terracotta roof tiles. Look at the box. Looking at the box. Box isn't helping though. Box doesn't say much or anything. The fence is kind of broken down. Okay, 4 votes for other Mediterranean. Then we can end that poll. And let's do, so Spain, Portugal, Italy, other. Start poll. What's in the box? I cannot go in the box, unfortunately. I cannot go check inside the box and figure out what's in the... I would love to walk around here and figure out what's going on. But unfortunately, the mode we're playing restricts us to just looking at this house and this box and just... I don't know. Freeze out saying, let's see what crops they have planted nearby. We have green ones. Some other green ones. Some trees out here. This is... obviously this was going to be hard. Harder than I expected. Alright, Spain seems to be winning. Let's do Spain. Christopher likes saying Albania. So I could kind of be down for Albania, but people did not vote for Balkan. Who voted other? What were they thinking there? So I could do Spain or Albania here. This... Freesight saying going for Central Spain. We have... let's just do it. And that way... Oh, Greece, okay. Well, okay, let's go back to not doing that. That was a bit of a nightmare. Let's do this normally again. Alright, so... Mountainous, hilly... Tires, you need those. Definitely an interesting spot. Ooh, this is very nice. I've got a weird one. It's When are they adding Liechtenstein? I feel like, not that I know what Vaduz looks like, and I'm pretty sure Vaduz is bigger than this, but something is saying it to me. Excuse me. Yeah, Freezite saying it's Europe. Christopher likes saying send me there now. Right? It looks nice. And Freezite saying, yeah, I was going to say it could be Liechtenstein. Yeah, Richard saying very pretty, getting Austrian vibes. I definitely like where you're coming from. Here we go. Some language. Okay, that's helpful. Vysoka, Pozori, Czech, or Slovakia. Friesat's in the Rhine has a deeper gorge, though. Okay. That's good to know. I'm trying to think, how do we... Okay, well, W. Dixon, Pozor means danger in many Slavic languages, so unfortunately we don't know which one. This is like, it's like a labyrinth trying to get to the city. Oh. Muta. Solskapat. Don't know what that means. Okay, this is a nice town. I really like this. And now it got cloudy. I know the sun's back out. We should read the bins. There were bins back there that had stuff on them. Yeah, exactly. Friesite. Need to go there instead of Arabia. Yep, can't read a word of it. Cannot read a word of it. Except for Communalini is... I mean, I can figure that one out. Yeah, W. Dixon looks Swiss, but you know it's not. Yeah. Exactly. Friesite saying it's probably Czechia. It's Czechia or Slovakia. Definitely. Would love to hang out here. This is the kind of place where I would love to just have a Sunday. If that makes... Yeah, Slovak. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like, walk outside. That's Slovenia, isn't it? Right? Am I? That's the Slovenian flag. But like, wake up, walk outside, have a coffee, kind of read a book while you're sitting there. Okay. Yep. Slovenia. We're all in agreement. Guess. Yep, by the Austrian border, as W. Dig is saying. Okay. Muta. I'm writing it down. I realize we're constantly like, oh, we'll add that to the Cool Places channel. And then I checked the Cool Places channel last week, and there's nothing. So we should actually start doing that. So, Muta. Okay. This is less... That's... I mean, can't ask for anything better than that. Downtown Halifax. Scotiabank Center. Home of the Halifax Mooseheads. And is that... I assume that's a minor league trophy and not the Stanley Cup. Yeah, that's the cup part is smaller. Nice. And then, I guess an old fort here. Yeah, that town, Muta, that was really, that town had such a relaxing vibe. It wasn't overwhelming or anything. Like, whoa, this is so stunning. It just looked so relaxing. Yep, Christopher Lake's in Nova Scotia. Let's do it. One thought I had, I don't know what you all's YouTube recommended section looks like, but mine's a lot of like kind of news or video essays. One of them was a Quebecois independence one. And I kind of, when you look at Canada without Quebec, you see Newfoundland off on its own. And you remember, you know, Newfoundland was its own Malaysia or Indonesia? So that's Arabic script, and this is Malaysia or Indonesia. So let's figure out which one. Indonesia, boom, that's quick. But when you think about how Newfoundland was its own commonwealth for a while, you think, you know, if Quebec goes, does Newfoundland go? Just thought it was... that's about as far as I thought about it, but Just thought it was interesting. So we go with Indonesia. Sammy Marco saying, hi, I thought you were doing it on Monday. No, that is the next 3 Mondays. Which is fun. So, yeah, we got next Monday because I have a thing, and then we have the Super Bowl after that, so that'll be a Monday. And then the Monday after that will be the day after I move into my apartment in New York, so we'll get to see the bomb site really in there. Christopher likes saying, Sammy, I thought the same until I got the notification. It's let me check the Discord then, because multiple people thought it. Honestly, in my own head, I was like, what if it's Monday this week? But that's just because I know that there are a bunch of Mondays coming up. Yeah, no, because last week was a Monday, and then it's Sunday, and then it's 3 Mondays. That's okay. I'm not losing my mind then. Yes, okay, I remember now. I also need to end the poll. End poll. Okay, so South India or Sri Lanka. And Sammy Marco saying won't be able to attend them because of thing on Monday nights. Yeah, sorry about that. It's try not to, but sometimes it's not possible. Buddhist flag right here. Yeah, Freezite saying Sri Lanka, WDig saying Sri Lanka. I would agree. Let's do it. Yep, there we go. And yeah, looking at the calendar, it's yeah, it's correct. But then with daylight savings, it doesn't incorporate time zones into the Discord calendar. So come March, they start showing up as 8 p.m. or sorry, 9 p.m. And then if I change them to 8 p.m., then they show up. Then you'll get the notification at 7 p.m. and it becomes a nightmare. 29:29 with 5 minutes left. Ooh. Yikes. I really would like. Trying to think of ways I can maybe. So somebody needs to. I'm serious. Voice to text the commentary from the game into the chat. Since I don't know these places. Sammy Marcos saying Eagles and not misspelling it like the Philadelphia mayor did. Hunt for core. What do these mean? But yeah, congratulations on the Eagles' victory, Sammy. I was disappointed, but deserved it. It was just absolutely obliterated Commanders. But I think we're all on the same page of go Bills, at least. Stenbragen. I haven't got it. I'm just so thrown by this language. Here we go. There's some flags. They're definitely just going to be like corporate flags. Or they're all white. It's a soccer field, I think. Which should be helpful. Okay. W. Dig saying Sweden. I'm happy to go with Sweden. Sammy Marco saying it as well. All right, let's do it. Awesome. Sammy Marco saying the Philly mayor's cringe. So's DC and NYC. Oh, I should know that. It's Eric. Wait, is that a Colombian plate? Hold up. Let's find some Spanish. Pare, this is Colombia. Yeah, mountains. Colombian plates as far as the eye can see. 3rd and goal for KC. That's No, that's good. That's good because, yep, Christopher, our Colombia expert, is saying Colombia, so we're safe. 5 minutes left. Kansas City third and goal. There's opportunity to score if you're Buffalo at that point, but overtime against the Chiefs sounds daunting. Not another Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl. It sucks. Polyarmados. Yeah, yep, Christopher like Soacha, Bogota. This is we can't have another Chiefs Super Bowl. It's not like I want Philly to win either. Okay, hold up. Stop. In English, right-hand drive. Oh, field goal, 3:33 left. That's perfect. That's actually perfect. That's enough time to get down the field, score a touchdown, and end it with very little time left for Kansas City. So I can read this in its entirety. But what's that? What's ehe? I guess Spain then? Spain is a lot of like, yeah, I can read this, but we have so many regional languages that there's odd stuff, but oh, that means axis? Okay. Never mind. I fully was huh. Okay, well now I can read the whole thing. So, Spain then? Freezite saying, fun fact, I've been to Philly, the dirtiest city I've ever been to, no lie, even Detroit was cleaner, just saying. Okay, that's an L3 word. Thank you for clarifying, Freezite. Any objections to Spain? I honestly kind of like Philadelphia. I kind of like it. I also W Dig making a good point. Detroit does not have Gritty. Gritty, objectively, best sports mascot. Gritty's fantastic. Israel, I wouldn't object to that. We have Hebrew here. Like Philly, I think Philly would be really. I just feel like there's not a lot going on. I feel like I would love Philly if there was more going on. Yeah. Freezite's in. Israel. W Dig saying was in Philly yesterday and missed it. I'd imagine that's going to Penn. You probably. That's how I feel when I go to DC. I'm always like, I miss it so much. This is such a great place. All right, let's do it. Yep. And Sammy Marcos saying visited Philly in November and liked it. See, it's Philly's solid. I'm trying to find the words. You know what? I've got some words. These are French signs. Freezite saying I saw a rat there the size of a small dog. Sammy Marcos saying Philly's the biggest city I've been to so far. You got to make the trip up to New York sometime. You're close enough that it's not like an insane distance. You got to check it out. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. In college, one thing I kind of made a note of was there are some people, yeah, Christopher likes saying France. I'm down for France. Is anyone objecting to France? Exactly, Sammy Marco. You're so close to NYC. You got to make that trip at some point. But one thing made note of in college was the people who, okay, Menuet say no objection. Fantastic. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with Richard too. Parts of DC have street rats that are sizey. Is this Turkish? Yeah, there we go. Turkey. Anyone object to that? Yeah, Freezite saying Turkey. This is, yeah. I want to finish the thought, but I know we're all just going to agree Turkey here, and I'm not going to, yeah, there we go. Menuet saying no objection. Okay. Here we go. This one's slightly harder. I can finish the thought. This is probably Kenya, though. I tried paying attention to, what people, which kids are the ones who love their hometown and are always like, oh, I'm X place until I die. And it wasn't me. He just did. Tampa, just, no, not for me. But the places, the cities where the kids were like, I love this city so much is Philly, Boston, Chicago. Kids from those cities loved where they came from, and they were proud to be from there. They were like, I loved growing up there. It was fantastic, and that was across the board. Oop, okay. 2-minute warning. Buffalo has a fourth down near midfield. Don't love that. That's, yeah, 4th and 5 after 2-minute warning. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. Oh. R940, that's South African currency, isn't it? Yeah, no, exactly, Sammy Marco. They were from the suburbs. That all of the you're saying most of those kids were probably from the suburbs. They were all from the suburbs, all of them. Also, South Africa flag here, and as we've established, that does not necessarily mean it's South Africa. But if we have South African currency plus this fan, I think we're in South Africa. Okay, it's called the Rand. Thank you, Freezite. Wait, what's from the weather, Freezite? What am I missing here? W. Dick saying could be Lesotho or no. It could be, but I don't know the Lesotho in currency. That's the problem here. Yeah, Sammy Marco, you've completely hit the nail on the head there. AU is the city school for suburbanites that want to LARP as city kids. That's completely correct. Because I would go on runs. Okay. Limpopo. Why do I know the name Limpopo? Oh yeah, being so hardcore about sports related to your city. Yeah, kind of like the alcoholism kind of correlation with bad weather of there's nothing else to do but drink. I could see that being a thing. Okay, Limpopo River. Limpopo River is in South Africa. Okay. Anyone object to this? Yeah, Freezite Sin, exactly. Comes from blue collar mythos, which is no longer as important. But yeah, Sammy Marco, that was one thing. It was because I would go on runs all the time, and it was always okay, you leave and go this way, you're in Washington D.C. Leave and go this way, and you're in suburban Maryland, and it was nice kind of having that duality there. I don't think I could have done downtown DC at the time, like GW. All right, let's do it. No, Christopher. Like, what happened? This looks like, yeah, there we go. Israel. What happened? Did they not convert? Is it over? Are we getting Chiefs Eagles again? Israel though, right? I'm trying to think of instances where the bad weather thing isn't. It pretty much, yeah, because I'm thinking like Wisconsin, Boston, New York, DC. Oh, Chiefs take over, so it's done. Didn't convert, 3 timeouts in some time. Yep, exactly. Menuet saying that's Hebrew. No one confirmed Israel, but I think that's good enough. Rwanda? Richard's Vinyl Tap House saying, I lived in Southeast DC near RFK, loved that area. It seems like a cool area. I've spent some time over there. I liked that. I loved the city of DC as I went on, but it was like freshman year adapting to it. I was not adapting fantastically and needed the suburban Maryland area. Simon Marco said, yeah, are you from Tampa proper or a suburb? The burbs. Tampa proper is like regional stadium, Genocide Memorial Garden. That's almost like a massive sign that says this is Rwanda. I mean, like once you get a quarter mile outside of downtown Tampa, it's the suburbs anyway. There's no real like it's basically just a suburban, like one big suburban thing. Kiwanda. This is, yeah, Kigali. There we go, right there. Any objection to Rwanda? Yep, Freezite saying Rwanda. First down, KC, game over. Yep, there we go. Once again, Bills fall flat. It's Argentina or Chile again. Fantastic. I guess maybe this, or let's go to the flatter area because that's where houses will be. Sam Marcus saying, go Eagles, we need to humble another star team like we did the Pats. Yeah, but what happened last time Eagles met the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? How'd that go? Though I will say that Eagles-Patriots game is the other game that was in my head when I was thinking of best game I've ever seen. Oh, okay, still 145 left. Sammy Marco saying Buffalo's going to be bleak tomorrow. That's true on most days, though. But I will Refugio. I think that's in Argentina. I will say I kind of just, being someone who's not from that environment, I do find the kind of like depressing, dreary winter vibe kind of charming. But I don't know. I'm sure I'll outgrow that at some point. But I do genuinely like it. It's cozy. It's depressing, but it's cozy. Richard saying I considered Tampa for retirement, but allergic to hurricanes and high home insurance. Yeah, that's fair. I had a couple friends who can't even get flood insurance anymore. Like Zone A, the first zone that evacuates when there's a storm, they can't even get flood insurance anymore. And I mean, I have friends who work in insurance, and I don't really need to illustrate where New Jersey is. And they tell me, like their company they won't insure homes on the Jersey Shore anymore. It's that bad. Jamie Marco saying cozy, depressing. Is that the next Gen Z vibe? No, I think that's so many people I know, especially up north, are making fun of me for giving me a hard time for moving Tampa to New York because they're like, well, everyone does the exact opposite. And it's like, well, I'm sick of heat, and I like that kind of. It's like a product of the situation. I like cozy, depressing because that's not what I was around for a very long time. If that makes sense. Yeah, you move down when you're older. I mean, there are people who move down when they're younger, but there aren't a lot of jobs here, so it's weird. The industry hasn't caught up yet with the demand for jobs. Christopher likes saying, "Dear NFL, the world is sick of the Kansas City Chiefs. Break them up." Yeah, script's got to be different next year. Freesight saying, "You kids and your cozy depressions." We'll see how it lasts. Yeah, Sammy Marco's saying Tampa to NYC is one of the biggest glow ups you can do. I 120% agree with you. But that's just like, I fully get why people like living here. But oh, Concepcion and Chilecito. So that makes me think we're in Chile. Is that east? Volcano Host del Salado. Huh. Well. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Where's Chileito? I've never heard of this place. It's got to be Chile, though, right? So 720 kilometers. What does that look like? What does 720 kilometers look like on a map? Okay, let's convert that to miles. That's like 500 miles ish, probably like 450, more like. That's 300. Okay, that was a horrible estimation. Yeah, 720. That's like 450 to 500 miles. That is the same distance as, so that's about that. So we're about that wouldn't make sense. What? Okay, let's read this sign up here. Okay, a Freesite saying 720 is about 450, yes. I'm still so... Manuet's saying face the road so we can see which direction is Concepcion. Problem is it's east to Concepcion. Or northeast, which is... Yeah, Concepcion is here, but the problem is... Where's Chileito? See, that's the thing. I think we're in Chile, but what are the odds we're in Argentina? Because the distance puts us in Argentina unless we are down here-ish. Which is a lot... This area is a lot more green than this. Ah, Valdivia. This is the name of the person who came down from Peru to settle Chile for the Spanish, I believe. Freeze's saying unless we're coming from the north-south axis. Yeah, that's the thing though, is like that direction north is more Mediterranean. That direction south is a lot more wet. I'm happy to do Chile because it makes sense, but I'm confused. That's what I'll go with here. So happy to do whatever people think we should do here. Sammy Marco and Freesite saying, yeah, couldn't live in the South. Yeah, I can't blame you. I wouldn't want to either, voluntarily. Freesite saying I'd retire in Boston, open up a bodega in Back Bay. Back Bay's nice. Sell chopped cheese sandwiches and single cigarettes for $1. And yeah, Freesite saying if we were coming from the north, then it would also call out Santiago. Thing is, it just isn't. This is to the south. Santiago, this area doesn't look anything like that. It would have to be like here. Here, let's do it. What? Also, Conception was listed, but Santiago wasn't. Unless Santiago is Chileito for some reason. And they use that to... That's so weird. Yeah, yeah, exactly as you're saying, Frieza. It would call out Santiago. That's so weird. I just googled Chileito. I didn't do it on this tab because it's logged into my Apple account and it's gonna show like all my bookmarks and accounts, which I don't want to show. So I'm Truman Road. This looks like New Zealand. Chilecito is in Argentina. That's so weird. The two most random cities. It's like, why? Why are those what you're putting in? That is so weird. Also, I didn't acknowledge, so it is fully over. 32-29, I guess. Sucks. Yeah, Sue Marco said, don't know if I could live outside the Northeast Corridor. I mean, if I got a good job offer in Chicago, I'd probably go. That's the thing. That's, now that I'm making my escape, I think I'd like to stay in the Northeast Corridor for the foreseeable future. I could do Chicago, I could do Denver, could do Seattle. So Marco's saying Concepcion is also in Argentina. The road was going into Arge. Okay, so there's another Concepcion. Yeah, there's Chilecito. Because there's another Concepcion. Oh, so it's not the major city Concepcion in Chile. It's random town of Concepcion, Argentina. So, like, it's... Hold on. I'll move this into the tab that I'm sharing. So, Concepcion, Argentina. How do I move it into the tab that I'm sharing? I can't. Okay. Well, never mind. That is so weird. Like... Also, you're in the country. Concepcion is like the second biggest city in Chile. And you're still within the borders of Chile, heading toward Argentina, and they put a sign for Concepcion and don't specify that it's Concepcion, Argentina, and not the second biggest city in the country. I disagree with their signage. Richard saying Denver's okay. Mass transit kind of sucks and traffic's awful in rush hour. Yeah. I like the appeal of the mountains. And that's kind of it. I haven't been to Denver in 12, 13 years. It wasn't anything special when I went, I remember. But that's because we just stayed in the city. I'd like to go see some of the nature. Is that .au? Yeah, Australian government right there. Christopher like saying depends on the direction you travel. Are you saying Denver traffic? Freezite saying Denver's great. Yeah, I really liked Salt Lake City when I was there a couple years ago. I feel like Denver's just the kind of bigger version without the kind of odd laws. So we see Australian government right here. Let's do Australia because I'm sure that's, yeah, there we go. So we end the stream at 15, which is 30 less than we started at. Not amazing. But there's always next week. And next week will be a Monday. And as I said, the next 3 weeks will be Mondays. The calendar in the Discord is always, that's like the best source of truth. I pretty much update that as I know things happen. Pretty sure I updated that after we did our vote last week on whether or not to have the stream during the Super Bowl. Sammy Marco saying almost visited Denver instead of Iceland. I think you made the right decision there. Iceland, Denver's cool, but Iceland. Freezite saying perfect place to go in the cabin in the mountains and lock yourself away to write the next great American novel. Freezite is assuming that I'm literate. Richard saying living in West Metro Denver would be great. I'm on the east side. Okay. I'll check it out. I haven't looked that deep. I don't know the different parts of the Denver metro area. I'll cross that bridge. But with that, good night, everybody, and I will see you next